I was looking for a church. I really wanted a church that was Bible-based, community-based, loved Jesus, had people my age, had community, met in person, and this is during COVID. And so I was praying so hard and I was asking around, but everyone seemed to be having the same problem. And so I ended up putting on my Instagram story, hey, does anybody know of any churches in the area that have all of these things? And I listed all the things that I was looking for. And over 1,000 people saw that story. I had a ton of people swipe up and say, I'm looking for a church too. Can you share when you find one? I'm looking for a church. I can't find anything. I'm in the same boat as you, girl. And so I had one person out of all the people that saw it swipe up and give a recommendation. And it was Pamela McLeod from Stone Creek who recommended Elevate City. I definitely met Jesus when I was younger. Camps as a kid, I gave my life to him at a church camp in middle school. But I truly started following Jesus and surrendering my life to him this year. So this year has been so transformative for me and for my faith. And another thing that really has transformed is the closer you grow to the Lord, the more you desire the things that he desires and the less you desire the things of the world. So before, when I was very much a lukewarm Christian, very much not walking the walk, talking the talk, I was still going out, drinking, partying, but then you'd sure see me in church on Sunday. But now it's like I just don't even desire to do the things that I did before, and just how our desires line up with what he wants for us. And God doesn't create all these rules like, oh no more fun for them, take away all the fun, put it away. But it's like, no, there is so much joy and fullness in life, and everything else is actually pretty darn empty. And so just realizing that and having that shift in my head of, oh my gosh, like now I feel like I am living for the first time in my life. I have always said, I'm gonna get baptized, but I just never did. But baptism is not salvation, but it is a response to your salvation. And so now that I fully understand the fullness of what my salvation means, I'm like, of course I want to get baptized. Like, I don't care. So my dad got to baptize me, which, oh my gosh, it makes me want to cry. But the moment before I got baptized, he looked at me and he was praying over me and talking to me and said that he'd been praying for this moment since the moment I was born. So really, since my faith has transformed this past year, it's changed a lot of the ways that I view everything around me. My day-to-day life, you think about it, you go to work every single day, and if you go into the mindset of every day is a mission, and that is just the coolest thing, because what a purpose to have, that we get to go throughout our lives, and every day you don't have to go on this big extravagant mission trip to tell people about Jesus. It could be anywhere, everywhere, and there are people right next door to you that might not know the Lord, but you can be that person and you can be that light in their life. And so just walking in that obedience of telling people about Jesus and really focusing on sharing the gospel has been something huge in my life. I'm actually the marketing director for the Chick-fil-A near me right now, but I also have done social media on the side, my own influencing and just working with brands and such. So it's kind of given me this platform that has been really sweet, because I have gotten to meet so many people, encourage so many people. I think that social media can be a very negative space, but one of my biggest goals is to create positivity and encouragement and light on those spaces where there can be darkness. And so I have gotten to do that for people and pray for strangers and actually meet up with people that I'd met over Instagram, and people have come to know the Lord. Like, I had this girl and she ended up giving her life to Jesus after us having a very long conversation in the Instagram DMs. And so if only one person gets to know the Lord because of my platform, then everything is so worth it. And so I pray every day. A prayer I've been trying to pray is, God, give me a gospel-centered conversation today. Put somebody in my path that I can talk to today about Jesus, and you would not believe the way that he will answer those prayers and open those doors. And I will tell you, it is not usually how you think he would answer it, but he sure still answers it. Jesus has been teaching me a lot of obedience and being bold in my faith. I think before I cared a lot about what other people thought, and now I'm to the point where I understand that, hey, like, the only reason we're on this earth is literally to glorify the Lord and tell people about Jesus. So what am I doing if I'm not doing that? Take the jump to Jesus, because it might seem like it's so scary and you don't want to leave all of the fun that you're having. You don't want to fully commit, and you don't want to you kind of want to just have a foot in both in the world and your faith, but it's like the two can't really live together, and it gets to a breaking point of, I can't do this anymore. And once you take that jump fully into Jesus, like, it's not too late. It's never too late to get baptized. It's never too late to fully surrender your life and your story to him and all of your brokenness and your mess, and because that's what he does best. And he sure loves taking our mess and turning it into beautiful things and turning it into platforms where we can share him with other people and encourage other people, and just knowing the fullness of life that there is on the other side of that. Jesus is somebody who chased after me, never gave up on me, and completely changed my life. He's everything to me.